Alright, I first want to say this video was brought by popular demand, as many of you saw my last Beats Solo 3 review, which I'll link in the description below. There were many questions regarding the Beats Solo 3 and the studios, so naturally I thought doing the Studio 3 review would be a good idea, and here we are. I appreciate all the engagement, by the way. I do plan most of my videos with at least 2 weeks in advance, but occasionally I'll make polls on my social media so you guys can tell me what video you'd like to see next, so definitely follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Now that we have all that selfless social media promoting out of the way, let's focus on what we really came for, the Beats Studio 3s. Will these babies give you hella clout and swag? You bet your ass it will. Will the buyer's remorse kick in after dropping close to $400 with tax included on these pair of headphones? Maybe. Stay tuned to find out. Before I hop into this unboxing, I do apologize. I did have a dental procedure, so if I do sound a little weird, now you know why. So let's get started. This unboxing is very similar to the Solos except for tiny details here and there, but basically we get the Beats Studio 3 wireless box with pure active noise cancellation and an advertised 22 hours of battery, which can be much higher, but I'll touch up on that later on in this video. Also, quick note, this box is bigger and heavier than the Solo box, so just FYI. Opening up the box once again, very elegantly, we are presented with a "Change the way you hear" sound slogan, but we know you don't care about this and just want to get your grimy hands on your shiny new investment. Hold on, we're getting there, just be patient. Pull the red tab and voila. You have your hard shell case that protects your Beats, and inside you have your expensive pair of headphones. This is where I said it differs from the Solos, as in the Solos you get a soft fabric baggie, and here you get that tougher plastic case, so these should do a better job at protecting your Beats, say if you're traveling and you just happen to throw these into your suitcase. And trust me, if you don't have a headphone stand holder thing, you'll be using this hard shell case a lot. Underneath, which is funny because it's kind of hidden, I almost returned my studios because I couldn't find the charger, but if you have a higher IQ than me, you'll dig deeper and pull the red tab to reveal your Beats Studio documentation, warranty guide, and sticker, as well as your fast charger, some swag to hold your keys and such, and also an inline remote and mic if you want to rock your Beats wired, and that is all we get. So when it comes to headphones, I heard sound is pretty important, so let's brush up on sound for the Beats Studio, shall we? When I'm considering a pair of headphones, I mainly want 3 things. They have to 1. Feel nice and be comfortable, 2. Have a good battery life, and also satisfy my audio needs. So it's not a surprise that the Beats Studios are infamous for bass. As a matter of fact, the first iteration of these Beats Studios years ago when they were first debuted were notorious for having an overly bassy and muddy sound, but I feel these Beats have a really good balance of it. They still favor very heavy bass, but I feel everything else isn't drowned out by it. The highs and vocals come in just right, and I've never felt that the bass overshadowed everything, and that is coupling with the fact that I don't really even listen to all that much rap or hip hop, which will almost certainly carry a lot of heavy bass. Rather, 80% of my playlist consists of heavy metal and rock, and each track sounds phenomenal with these headphones, and I'm able to listen to every single instrument being played if I focus on, say, the bass track or the drums. It's insane how good these headphones are for us metalheads, and absolutely love how they sound when I'm listening to, say, Drake or Migos. That bass is no joke, it'll rattle your eardrum and catch you sideways for real, and this experience is all made much better through the use of active noise cancellation. Yup, for those of you who don't know, these are over-ear headphones, which differ from the Solos on-ear style and feature ANC, which stands for active noise cancellation, with the help of Apple's W1 chip, which not only aids in what Apple calls pure adaptive noise cancelling, but also aids in balancing out the battery life and other things as well. For those who aren't familiar with noise cancelling headphones, basically these headphones are decked out with microphones that ping your environment to see what kind of noises are being made and produces a frequency that cancels out those noises. Now just guess at how many times these studios scan for the environment. A whopping 50,000 times per second. It's one of the coolest things I've ever experienced with tech products, honestly. Any of you guys ever played Black Ops 2 and detonated the EMP system score streak? Yeah, this is exactly how it sounds when you put these bad boys over your ears and it starts canceling out all the noise. Without music on, this doesn't mean you'll essentially be deaf, but it does do a good job at drowning out a lot of the background noise. So boys, when your girl tripping and yelling at you for no reason, you already know, slap these on. Just throwing these on with no music and just the noise canceling makes it so that on average, per my my guesstimate, you're able to hear at maybe 40 to 50% than normal, so pretty good in my opinion. But this noise canceling does come at a cost. As mentioned, the studios do a continuous scan of your environment to cancel out these noises, which is not only hard on the W1 chip, but also on your battery. So Apple advertises 22 hours of battery, but really that's just a weird flex, because it low-key has more. They just be lying to your face. The reason they advertise 22 hours is because of that adaptive noise canceling feature. It really does take a toll on the battery, fam, but you can actually turn that off in the settings. Just go to General, Bluetooth, find your Beats Studios in the list, and there you have an option to turn off the noise canceling. So it's really your call. If you're on the sub or the airport, is battery or noise canceling more important to you, especially when knowing that you're low on juice? The noise canceling is cool and all, but if you'd rather squeeze out a full 40 hours from it, just turn off this feature and you nearly double the battery by doing this. But even at 22 hours, it's quite impressive and is good enough battery for me, normally lasting me about 4 to 5 days of moderate and average use. So in the battery department and for my needs, it gets a big thumbs up. Now you may be wondering how these feel as compared to the solos. They're definitely comfier, that's for sure. That's because, as I mentioned, these are over-ear style, and trust me, I have some big ears and they still fit all the way around, fam. You know, super quick side story, I was always ashamed of my ears in middle school because they were disproportionately huge. I don't know what happened, but now I guess I got a big head, or my head grew, so now it's not as noticeable, but they're still pretty big in my opinion and still fit comfortably inside the cuff of the headphone. I have actually tried to wear these for an extended period of time at the airport in the Delta Lounge, and surprisingly, it wasn't until about 3 hours in that I started to actually get irritated by them. Like, when I say they're comfy, they're pretty comfy. Don't get me wrong, they're not like pillows for your ears, but a drastic improvement from the solos. With the solos, they're just constantly, you know, on your ear with that on-ear style, and I can't take but more than 90 minutes with having the solos on. A quick side note as well, that these have a much tighter fit than the solos. You actually feel like a really weak dude is pushing his hands against your ears constantly, but it has never bothered me. As a matter of fact, I think it's good, especially if you hit the gym a lot, because we're all human. Let's admit that your headphones be getting nasty as fuck after extended gym sessions, and that sweat be making some headphones slide off. But these have sufficient pressure on your head so it's not as overbearing, but it keeps them on your head. So yeah, aesthetics wise, they look just as phenomenal as the studios, if not better, especially this white on gold. Like, boy, it really do make you look pretty bougie. The headband thing is much wider and feels much thicker, so it should help in the durability department. Remember how I told you in my solo review that my solos committed suicide and just snapped? Well, these feel like they'll withstand more, but as I always say, we gon' see. I didn't mention in my last video, but apparently some of y'all really don't know, but one of these Beats logos is actually a controller. It's similar to a click wheel found on OG iPods, if any of you even remember those. Top-ish button raises the volume, and if you're smart, you'll realize the bottom button rewinds to the last track. I'm totally kidding, it just drops the volume. Skipping tracks is emphasized with the middle button. Click it once to play, click it again to pause, or even answer calls. Double tap to skip forward, and triple tap to go back. Like, the studios just look so amazing, especially with that bigger on-ear cuff, so it makes you look like some kind of producer. Or stupid, because they are pretty big, and the solos are more versatile and lighter and smaller for athletic situations. So let's finally cut to the chase. Are these headphones worth it to the average consumer? Long story short, probably not. Beats gets a bad rap for subpar audio quality, but rest assured, if what you're looking for is bass, then these are the perfect fit for you. Also, if you're looking for decent audio quality, but you have to have that noise canceling feature, then by God, go out and get them. As mentioned, Bose and Sony both carry their own version of the Beats Studio, and honestly, I've tried those on and man, they deliver. Apple has really stiff competition in the $350 over-ear style headphone market, but that doesn't mean they're not good. Listen, I love them because I'm heavily invested in that Apple ecosystem, so to me, the seamless transition from, say, Mac to iPhone is simple. The setup process took but about 2 seconds, and for the sound quality they offer, it's enough for me. For you audiophiles, look, I don't know, cause I know y'all be meticulous as when it comes to buying headphones. Like, dang, y'all don't be this meticulous when buying deodorant, but y'all sure do be hyper-analyzing your headphone purchase. Again, I'm not gonna go out and steer y'all the wrong way and say these are the best sounding headphones ever, because they're not. There's certainly better out there, but they're decent enough, and I love the noise canceling feature on them. Only if these could come in at $249 instead of $349, I think I'd be able to swallow that pill a little better, but dang, is active noise canceling and Omega bass really worth $349? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget about the Beats Solo giveaway that I have upcoming this 3rd of March. All you have to do is click in the description down below, click on that link for Gleam, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and also to How to Apple for his AirPods giveaway. The winner will be announced in a live stream at approximately 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, March 3rd. Good luck to everyone, and as I always say, thank you all so much for the tremendous support. I love all of my subscribers, and this is just a tiny form for me to give back to the community for all this endless love. With that being said, guys, I'm clocking out of this one. I'm super excited to catch you all on the next one.